So guys, now please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Am I audible? Guys, now please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Am I audible? Guys, now please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. You know what? Anjiswa? Right, sir. Right. For a long time. Again, classes. It's a fitness problem. So I don't know what is the reason why. Whenever I'm getting a bit of health issues now. So actually, even this time, last time also the same situation, but this time also the same situation. I suffered from a viral fever the last few days onwards, and I think so Friday evening onwards. So on Friday evening, I went for a function there. I returned, I'm getting ready continuously, then shivering, then some kind of fever. So just I thought of it, might be today it's going to be adjusted. And then taking some tablets, uh, night continuously. Okay, I decided maybe something is different. I went to the hospital. Okay, checked it. The process I started there. Then okay, then yesterday I have to yesterday day before yesterday I have to take the class. Day before yesterday I was okay. At morning 6:30 7 o'clock I used to wake up there. I wake up there. Even I stopped my regular exercise also morning time because of this fever and all. So I'm getting ready. So the same situation is repeated third time for me. All of a sudden I got a call from my village. Just my uncle wife dead. Start immediately. Huh? Again we have taken journey. I went there. Again I am coming back. Again February restarted. Problems. I think all problems are coming to me only, right? Throughout the world. Nobody's having problems, right? I'm getting problem, you're having problem. Obviously. Transitive association. Are you aware about it? What is the meaning of transitive association? A to B, B to C, A to C. Transitive dependencies. Transitive. This word is famous. Definitely, we are able to get this type of words number of times. No? Hmm. Transitive associations. Anna. Okay. Check your status. Not required. What you are saying, sir? My projector is getting troubles, I think so. Okay, right, no problem. So transitive association, anyway, we are talking about it. Only one point I'm telling that the basic idea is what then A to B, B to C, then A to C. So in general, in our applications, dependencies we are going to use. Some third-party libraries we are going to use. In a third-party libraries, whenever we are using there for our Java applications, in general, we require library A that is provided by some X organization. That internally depends on the library B, which is provided by Y organization. That internally depends on library C, which is provided by Z organization. We are the end customer. We require library A, which required internally B library. That required internally C library. But our concentration is on only what? A library only. Even we don't know what is going on inside this A library. But it internally depends on what their B library. Which internally depends on what their C library. If you want to use A in our application, you have to load first B. If you want to use B in our application, then we have to use what their A. Sorry, C that we have to use. So like this, internally some dependencies are going to be happen. But how is it possible for us, for the developer, to load each and every library explicitly? Then how is it possible for the developer to understand this library depends on some other library depends on some other library? How is it possible? Is it possible to trace it? Basically, we have to put focus on our application logic, which require library A. Okay, up to that I can concentrate. But library A depends on library B. Library B depends on library C. How I can trace it? For example, library A depends on 100 libraries. How is it possible for me to go to all 100 websites and to download that libraries and to load that libraries into our application? How is it possible for me? Is it difficult task or a simple task? No. Simple or difficult? Difficult. No. Then where Maven is coming into the picture? Exactly on that particular moment, Maven tool is coming into the picture. The dependencies and resolving all the dependencies, what library you require, up to that you can specify. What it is dependent, I will take the responsibility. I will provide all the internal dependencies to you. What you required, library A, specify that. That's enough. What library A depends on, I will take care of it. What library B depends on, I will take care of it. I will provide all the internal dependencies to your content. So this type of internal dependencies are called as what? Transitive dependencies. They're called as what? They're transitive dependencies. Definitely, this topic is required. Okay. Not only in the case of Maven, no, this concept is going on in number of times, number of situations we are able to get it. Okay. Okay, fine. Right, sir. Now let's move to the point. Okay? So where we are, what we are discussing there, I think so. We stopped at inheritance content. I think so. I given that is super keyword internal content. I given there, right? Right. Yeah, these points are important. Can you at least can you recollect the content here? What we have completed in the last class? No? In Java applications in inheritance, when we compile a Java file that has the number of classes, that has the number of classes with the inheritance relation, then the compiler will perform the following actions. Let me check it. In Java applications in inheritance, when we compile a Java file that has the number of classes with inheritance relation, with inheritances relation, with inheritance relationships or relation, then the compiler will perform the following actions. What actions that compiler is able to perform here? Compiler will go to each and every class and check whether any requirement to provide default constructor or not. If any user defined constructor, if any user defined constructor is provided explicitly in any class, then the compiler will not provide default constructor in that class. If no user defined constructor is provided in any class, then the compiler will provide a default constructor in the respective class. That's okay, fine. Next one is what? After this, compiler will go to each and every constructor in each and every class, and the compiler will check whether any super statement is available or not to access superclass constructor. If no super statement is provided explicitly in any constructor, then the compiler will provide a super statement in order to access zero argument constructor in the superclass. If a super statement is provided explicitly in a constructor, then the compiler will not provide a super statement in the respective constructor. So okay, nice. Compiler will check whether all the superclass are having right constructor or not, as per the super statements provided in the subclass constructors. Okay, if all the superclasses or if any superclass doesn't have the right constructor as per the super statement provided by the subclass, then definitely compiler will raise an error. If all the superclass are having right constructors, no, compiler will not provide any error. Right, sir. After the successful compilation, that means all three steps are checked at compilation. If all three steps are checked successfully, then if we create an object for the subclass after successful compilation at runtime, if we create an object for the subclass here, and if we access, or else maybe if we create an object for the subclass, as part of it, if we access subclass constructor, then JVM will perform the following actions. What JVM will do now? JVM will go inside the subclass constructor. When it encounters super statement in the subclass constructor, JVM will go to the respective superclass and execute the respective constructor. Okay. After executing the superclass constructor, JVM will come back to the respective subclass constructor and continues its remaining execution part. So okay, fine. So finally, the total example, if you understand it now, as per the previous class content, after compilation, at the time of compilation, I am telling that it will go to the class A, default construct is required or not required. Coming to the class B, default construct is required or not required. Already construct is available. Coming to the class C, default construct is required or not required. Coming to the class test, default construct is required or not, yes required. Default construct is provided. Okay, after that, right now compiler will come to each and every class constructor where super statement is available or not available, then provide super statement. Coming to the class B constructor where super statement is available or not available, provide super statement. Coming to the class C constructor where super statement is available or not available, provide super statement. Coming to the class test class constructor where super statement is available or not available, provide super statement. After that, coming to the A class constructor super statement, as per the super statement, super class must have zero argument constructor. Go to the super class and check super zero argument constructor is available or not. Available, it's okay. Not available, rise an error. Coming to the subclass constructor where super statement is available, it's okay. As per the super statement, super class must have zero argument constructor. Now, super class is what? There A class. In A class, zero argument constructor is available or not? Yes, available, no problem. Coming to the class A constructor super statement. As per the super statement, in the super class, zero argument constructor must be required. What is the super class for this class B? Where zero argument constructor is available or not? Yes, available, no problem. Leave it. Coming to the class test, where constructor super statement is available or not? Yes, available. As per the super statement, in the super class, what construct is required? Zero argument construct is required. What is the super class for class test? No object class. In object class, zero argument construct is available. Okay, no problem. No compilation error. Then after this, when we execute this program, JVM will encounter C small c is equal to new C object creation statement for class C. As part of it, JVM is calling constructor of class C. Previously, what I said, no, before executing C class constructor, JVM will execute zero argument constructor in the super class. But how is it no? Actual point is what? JVM will go inside the C class constructor. Inside the C class constructor, what is available? Super statement is available. Because of that super statement only, because of that super class constructor call only, JVM will go to the super class and where it try to execute what the super class zero argument constructor. In B class also, what happened? Flow of execution is coming inside the B class zero argument constructor. Inside the super statement is available. Because of the super statement, no, again it will go to like what there? A class zero argument constructor. JVM will go inside the A class zero argument constructor where what is available? Super statement is available. Because of that super statement only, object class zero argument constructor will be executed. Yes, object class zero argument constructor is executed. Object class zero argument constructor is executed. By the execution of that object class zero argument constructor, no output is generated. Why? Because there what we have there, just open and close. After that, flow of execution is coming back to like what there? B class zero argument constructor. Sorry, A class zero argument constructor. That is executed. After executing, the remaining part SOP of acon will be displayed here. After that, flow of execution is coming to B class zero argument constructor after the super statement. And after the super statement, what is available here? SOP of beacon. Beacon is displayed now. After that, flow of execution is coming back to the C class zero argument constructor, where after the super statement only, it will continue the remaining part. Then where what we are getting there now? Con is an output here we are getting. Because of that reason only, we are getting output like what there? Acon, beacon, and con. Here, I had doubt is core Java class or advanced Java class now. Even today advanced Java class, right? Link is studies. Advanced Java, no? Right, sir. Right, yeah. Then why you're not responding to me? Why I'm talking about continuation of object orientation? At least you have to give information to me. Seriously, you're listening to the topic. And I'm telling that at morning people are very much interested. They're listening every point. See, now my feedback by seeing your face is what there. People are understanding everything. I can teach anything now. Like that, I'm talking. I'm thinking internally. At least you have to give rewinding now. And moreover, online people also were not giving any message to me. The stupid thing. Early morning we have done today. अरे यार, in advanced class we are teaching core Java. Sir, has DevOps class started today? Today it was started at 7 o'clock. DevOps class started, sir. Sir, this is not DevOps class. This is advanced Java class now. Yeah, today morning 7 o'clock advanced Java, sorry, DevOps class started. Have you attended for that? Hmm? Okay, first class, very first class now, right? How was it? No comments, huh? Good, very good trainer. Namirpet is one of the best trainer in a DevOps area. A village very good. Okay, but see, yeah, yes, sir, it's very good, nice. Yeah, then you're not giving your name. PM, just contact with the admin persons there. Hemant is the person. Then he will share that link. So already we send mails and everything to everybody regarding that. But I think so. Maybe you are missing that. So no problem. At least tomorrow onwards you can attend. Today is a demo class for it now, right? And one more thing I'm telling to you, the best trainer as much as possible. Actually, is a regular trainer at Durgasoft only. But morning he has not have any classes there. He didn't have any classes now. We requested him. Already that process. Long time onwards, I'm giving that information there. So finally, convey for it, and finally the dates are set up for it now. So try to utilize the situation. One more thing I'm telling them. Max, you are going to understand everything. Max, he will take care about everything. He'll provide that video support and everything he'll provide. Don't worry for it. But the thing is, what there from my side as an admin side person, I'm giving there, organization person, I'm giving there. In the case if you're not understanding anything, then you should take the responsibility of uh, asking to the trainer to get the required information. Understand it? What I'm telling now. So then my responsibility is what they're giving good resource to you. Then from we have to get the max. Think about it. Okay, right, son. Already somewhat time is already wasted now. Let's move to the point here. Mm, okay, file input to stream. Right, so now prerequisite part, if you understand now what we completed here. Classes static keyword I have not discussed here. Class dot for name and new instance method is also not discussed now. Exception handling we started. IO streams we started. In IO streams, what topic here we are understanding there now? File output stream and file input stream. The topics here we are trying to understand. I think I completed file output stream. Am I right? The remaining part is what there? File input stream. Here we have to take on. Okay, fine. Let me come for this file output stream and file input stream. Let me check the possibilities. No? Dynamic input approaches we completed, sir. In dynamic input approaches, buffer reader, scanner, and console. These things here we already completed. Next one is what the file output stream. Now tell me, what's the purpose of the file output stream? The main purpose of file output stream is to send data from Java applications to a particular target file. To send data from a Java applications to a particular target file, we have to use the following steps. What steps now? Create file output stream class object. It's okay. File output stream FOS is equal to new file output stream of equal slash abc slash xyz slash welcome dot txt. So when JVM executes this, what is going to be happen? First of all, JVM will take the name and location of the target file and checks whether this file is available or not. If this file is not available, no problem. It will create a new file with the same name. If this file is available, directly it will create what their file output stream now. Okay, fine. After completion of this, what next one here now? And declare the data and convert the data to the byte array. Why we are converting the data to byte array? Any idea? File output stream is what? Byte oriented stream. Byte oriented stream is able to allow the data in the form of what? bytes only. Because of that reason, we have to convert the data in the form of what there? Byte array. Write byte array to file output stream. FOS dot write of bytes. FOS dot write of bytes. Okay, fine. All right, so now it's okay. After completion of this, close the file output stream now. To close file output stream, we have to use the following method, close method. It's okay, fine. But close method explicitly here we have written. But if we use try with resources option, is it required to write that FOS.close method? Not required. Why? Because JVM will close automatically the file output stream now. Okay, fine. Leave this one. After completion of this diagrammatic representation I given there, leave it. Program also we completed. Next we are discussing about file input stream. The main purpose of file input stream is to get data from a particular source file to the Java application. To get data from a particular source file to the Java application. Okay. All right, sir. Now your source file is available. From this, you want to get data to the Java application. That's the purpose. All right, sir. Now, if you want to read data from a particular source file to Java application by using file input stream, then we have to use the following steps. What steps here we are going to use there? Create file input stream object with the source file. Create file input stream object with the source file. Right, sir. Now all of you understand it clearly how we are going to create this now. Right. To create file input stream class object, we have to use the following constructor. We have to use the following constructor. To create a file input stream object, we have to use the following constructor. What constructor here we have to use? Public file input stream string file name throws file not found exception. Remember here, there is a small difference between file output stream and file input stream. File not found exception is possible in the case of file input stream only. File not found exception is not available with what there? File output stream. When we are able to get file not found exception, when the required file is not available, then we are able to get it. But in the case of file output stream, what it is doing now, even though if the required file is not available, it is creating a new file with the same name. So no chances of getting what there? File not found exception. But in the case of file input stream, it is expecting a source file. But if it is not available, definitely exception will be raised now. Right, sir. Example here I'm telling to you, file input stream FIS is equal to new file input stream of :/abc/ xyz/ welcome.txt. Right, so now this is what we have written there. Now, when we execute the above instruction, JVM will perform the following actions. What actions here we are able to get now? Alright, so now all of you understand it now. Action number 1. Tell me what JVM will do now. JVM will take the name and location of the target file and checks whether it is available or not. If not, exception. If it is available, create file input stream. That's it. Okay, right, son. JVM will take the name and location of the source file which we provided in the file input stream constructor. Next one is JVM will check whether this provided file exists or not. JVM will check whether the provided file exists or not. If the provided file does not exist, then JVM will raise an exception like java.io. File not found exception. Next one is after that, if the provided file exists, Then JVM will create file input stream. JVM will create file input stream from the source file to the Java application. One more point here, I'm telling to you, after creating file input stream, after creating file input stream, automatically the data which is available in the source file will come to the file input stream. Remember it. When file input stream object is created, automatically the data which is available in a source file will come to what their file input stream. This is an automatic where we are not going to read. Automatically it is available to file input stream. When data is available in file input stream, then only we can read the data. So our contact is what their only file input stream. We are not going to contact with what their source file. Source file is already in touch. Source file is already taken by what their file input stream. Answer my point, Kiano. So we are not going to we are not going to touch this text file directly. We are not going to touch the data which is available in the text file directly. When data of the text file will come to the file input stream, then only we can take it. Otherwise, we are not going to read directly the data from text file. Understand it now? If you have direct accessibility of the data which is available in text file, no, what is the need of using this file input stream? No? If is it possible to do something with the text file directly without using streams, no, then what is the requirement of this file input stream? Answer my point. So when data is coming to the file input stream, then only we are able to read the data. Okay. So when it is coming, no, when we create file input stream, whenever we are creating file input stream object, then only data of the respective source file will come to the file input stream. After that, we should read the data from file input stream to Java application. Got it? What I'm telling you. So for the purpose, then what we have to do here? This is about like what the step number 1, what we completed. All right, so now next one is after this, step number 2. Step number 2, read data from file input stream. Inside, read data from file input stream. To read data inside the file input stream, again here we have to follow some sub steps. What are the various steps here we have to follow there? No, right. So the first one is what there. Find the data size which is available in the file input stream. Alright, sir. Why? Because it's a byte oriented stream. Data is available in the form of bytes only. I have to get the data in the form of byte array. So first we have to prepare byte array. To prepare byte array, size is mandatory. To find the size, no size for the array, we have to find the data size which is available inside the file input stream. That's the reason why we created what there. Find the data size which is available in the file input stream. Right. So now for that, what we have to do there? There we are going to use long size is equal to FIS dot available method. What is that method here? No, available. To find the data size from file input stream, we will use the following method. What method here we are using here? No, public long then available. Public long available. Now example code here I have given there. Understand it now. Long size is equal to FIS dot available. That method here we provide. This is point number 1. Option B. After finding the size, no, then what next one here? Create byte array with the data size. How we are going to create byte array? Byte array bytes is equal to, then what we have to do, no, new byte array of size. Already we got the size now. Okay, right, sir. After this, what next one? You know, the next one is what there. Read data from file input stream to byte array. To read data from file input stream to byte array, we are going to use read method. Understand it? No, to read data from file input stream to byte array, we have to use the following method. What method here we are going to use there? FIS dot file input stream dot read of bytes. That method here we are using there. Alright, so now that method here I am providing to you. Now understand it clearly. Public. Right, so now void read of byte array bytes. Alright, so now throws, obviously IO exception here we are able to get. Okay, fine. Now this is what we are getting. Example code here I'm telling to you. That's okay. When we completed this part here, then another content is like what there after completion of this. Now this is about like what the second step here we completed. The read operation is completed. No, once you are getting the data in the form of this byte array, that we can display the data. Of course, now here what I am telling there. Now display the data. It's not like a separate step. No, display the, or else maybe convert the data to string. Convert the data. Convert the data from byte array to string. Alright, so now we are going to convert the data. String data is equal to new string of bytes. Here now here we provided like what there system.out.println of data. System.out.println of data that we provided clearly. Okay. Alright, so now this is clearly the point here what I am telling to you about this. Read data from file input stream. All the details here we are getting it. So okay, fine. Now the last one is like what? Yeah, close operation. You know already this point here. All right, so now close the file input stream. To close file input stream, to close the file input stream, we will use following method. What method here we are going to use there? The public void close throws IO exception. Example, if you take no FIS dot close. Now tell me what is the node here I have to specify. No, come on. What node here we are going to understand? If we use what? Try with the resources feature in Java applications. It is not mandatory to close the resources explicitly. Why? Because JVM will close the resources automatically when it coming out, when it comes out, when it is comes out from the try block. When it executes the, when it is completing the execution of the try block, automatically it will close the resources when it comes out from the try block. Right, sir. That's okay, fine. Now this is about like what the file input stream. I think so programmatic view we have not seen that, right? But internal content here I explained to you. Now let us understand the program for it. Right, sir. Now see this now. Example code here we have to see. Okay, no problem. Right, sir. Now all of you observe carefully. First of all, let me take my location. In our systems, what we have to use /abc /xyz. Location is available or not, identify this. Then where? Welcome.txt is already available. I think so. With the file output stream, already we have done some practice, right? Where already file is created, welcome.txt or hello.txt or something else now. That we can, from where we can read the data. Now let me check in my system also. No, in my system, what we have to do there? Now tell me. documents I have to open. Inside the documents, now tell me, I must go for like what there docs. Inside the docs, maybe welcome.txt is already available with me. Inside this welcome.txt, now check it now how much data is available with me already. Welcome to Java programming and welcome to Durgasoft. Two data is available. It's okay, no problem. Two data is available. Okay, now that I want to get it. For the sake of our simplicity purpose, just only I want to use one line. Okay, all of you are getting it or not? Or else maybe, of course, the total data we are able to get. Okay, no problem. We can manage it, no problem. Okay. So now I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this content. Okay. All right. Now tell me, all of you now tell me in your system where the data is available, where this file is available. Now tell me e:/ abc/xyz. Understand? Apart from these locations point of the directory structures point of view, no difference is available about MacBook and as well as what there are Windows operating system. Both are same, but only the difference is what there. My location is different. Your location may be different. That's it. Okay. Right. Now let's move on to the code here. Then what I am telling to you. First of all, throws keyword here we can use, no problem. I want to show the program with throws. Later on I'll modify this. Next one is what there, what we have to do now. I need to create like what there file input to stream. File input stream FIS is equal to file input stream is equal to new. Right now here what we are getting there now. By default it might be taken some name here by default now as per this AI assistance from IntelliJ IDEA, but we need to specify our location. What location here we have to specify there now in my system. Yes, sir, got it or not? Of course, I remembered already my location here, right? Users, Nagorian, documents like this I can provide now. But in MacBook, anyway, directly in our system, what we have to do now, first go to the location where it is available. How we are going to do there might be directly this file, or maybe C drive, or maybe E drive. Insert the C drive, ABC explorer, you can there and copy it. Otherwise, might be here, I need to copy in a different style. Now, understand it, no? First of all, I must go to like what there, docs. Insert these docs now. I have to select it, right click here, copy and options. If I click on it, no copy path we are able to get now. All right, so now here we have to provide that path first of all. So there's a path, right? Awareness on even on MacBook locations also. Just get awareness on it. In the future, if it is possible to work with this MacBook, no, then you should not get any confusion. Okay. Anyway, I'm using this, but easily we can identify this now. Right. So now this is what we have to do now. Still, in the case if you're getting confusion with this now, then I'm going to provide that information also to you. All right. So now let me copy this. Now here we have to provide this. Now here what I'm providing there in place of this, and directly I'm going to use like what there e:/ abc/xyz just slash. That's clear. That we can use. That depends on our requirement what we want to use there. Okay, fine. Now tell me what next one here. When I create this file input sim, if file is available, you will get the direct data. For example, I have a spelling mistake, sir. So that welcome.txt I have written E is not provided here. Spelling mistake is available. Let me execute it. What's going to be happen? Now check for it now. See, we are getting an exception. What exception here we are getting there? File not found exception here we are getting. Okay, fine. No problem. I have a file. Welcome.txt file is available. Just I'm showing that file not found exception. It's okay, fine. That file is available. When that file is available, then what next one here I have to do now? I need to read the data. To read the data, what we have to do now? First, I have to find the size of the data which is available in file input stream. So, for the purpose, what I'm going to do now? I think so. Int in the document, I think so. Maybe I given long 1 minute. It should be int. Right. So, any method I've used there? Yeah. Right. No problem. Right. So now here we have to identify int size is equal to file input sim dot available method. After that, now here we have to prepare like what there. Right. So now byte here we prepared here. Byte array here we prepared now. Bytes. After completion of this, just we have to read the data. File input sim dot read of bytes. Then after this, we have to close this one. Okay. Then after that, now here we have to provide string data is equal to new string of bytes. After that, system.out.println of data we displayed. After that, here we have to close that one. File input sim dot close method. Explicitly, I have closed it. No problem. Then we are able to get the same data. See this, what data here we are getting now? Welcome to Java programming and welcome to Durgasoft. The data here we are getting it. So okay, fine. All right, sir. Now program is okay that we are getting output, but the same program I'm going to prepare by using try catch finally option. Try catch finally. I'm not talking about try with resources. No, try catch finally here I'm going to take. But if you want to take try catch finally here, then what we have to do now? Observe carefully. First of all, yeah, now no issues. First of all, if you want to use the try catch finally, we have to remove this throws exception. Now here before the try block, first of all, let me take this try catch and finally catch e dot print stack trace method and finally block. Uh, Before try, we have to declare the resource. How we are going to declare the resource here now? Here from here I'm going to get copy. First directly here I'm going to take this, cut it, provide this is equal to null. This is the way of declaring the resource. Next, to create the resource inside the try block, I'm going to create the resource. Now let me cut it. Here we are going to provide the resource. File input sim is equal to, right, so new file input sim of the required, the remaining part here we provided here. Okay, fine. Of course, now this comment here if you want to provide, no, there we can utilize this. The same comment here I'm providing as this. Right, sir. Now it's okay. After completion of this, then what next one here? No, the remaining logic here we have to provide as is. Remaining logic is what there. Right now this part up to this part here we have to provide. Right, sir. What is that remaining logic now? Tell me. Find the data size which is available inside the file input sim. Preparing byte array. After preparing byte array, then a read method. Read data from what there by file input sim to byte array. Convert the data to string and display the data. Converting to string and displaying the data is for our comfort, for our convenience. To know what data is taken from the respective file. To see the data on the console, we have converted and we have displayed the data. Okay, right, sir. Next one is what then? After completion of this, file input sim dot close method here we have to write it. But where we have to write this now? Inside the finally block. There inside the finally block here we have written. Still we are getting an error. Can you tell me why we are getting error now? Come on, right. Your answer is right. What's the point here? What is the point here? Tell me, come on. Because of this. So close method is throwing what exception? No, IO exception. But have you handled that inside the finally block? No, no handling. But how we are going to handle it? No. Any idea to handle this? Yes, there is an idea. Then what we have to do? We have to write again try catch finally. Alright, see this one ID is giving one option for us. Surround with option is available. See this now. If I move cursor over there, what we are getting there? Add extension to method signature. Exception to method signature. If I click on it now, in the method main method throws exception will come, but I don't like it. My requirement is what there? Try catch. I want to provide for this clause. More actions are available. If I click on these more actions, what we are getting there now? Check it now. Come on, what we are getting there? Add exception to method signature. That option we don't like it. It's showing that clearly next now throws IO exception. We are able to get the main method syntax. No, I don't like it. Now what we are getting there now? Surround with the try catch. Now what is the pseudo code here we are getting there now? So try file input sim dot close and exception like this it is able to provide. Yes, we required what option here now? This option only. Click on it. Automatically it is coming there. At the end now here we are going to provide e dot print stack test. No, that's it. That means using ID in the sense the shortcuts here we have to understand. But get my point or not? No developer is going to write try catch finally in their code. Directly they are going to write business logic, application logic. Suppose if it is providing any exception, he will move that mouse cursor over there. Automatically there we are getting some options. We are going to select that option. Understand my point? Writing throws keyword, writing try catch finally. This is one type of infrastructure for our code. That infrastructure will be provided automatically by IDs now. Developers main focus is on what their business logic. Right, so now that I provided clearly. IDE flexibility, that's it, not more than that. Now even in this way also I want to execute the program. Here we are getting the right output. Am I right or not? Okay, now what next one? What next one? Throws keyword I shown. Try catch. Finally we shown. Now what next one? You know, try with the resources. Try with the resources. Now tell me, if you want to make it is, if you want to convert this program into try with resources, no, what I have to do now? What we have to do, along with the try here, we have to take what their parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, what we have to do now? Come on, inside the parenthesis, then what we have to do now? We have to provide. We have to declare and create the resource along with the try. How we are going to declare and create the resources along with the try now? Inside this, here we have to write like what there. So file input stream. Now here I'm going to write like what there. File input stream. File input stream. Now this we have to remove there. Not required. Declaration of this file input stream is not required before try. Directly along with the try, file input stream. File input stream is equal to new file input stream. Users this total location, name and location of the target file. Here also we have to use like what the file input stream in our system, right? It's okay, fine. The remaining part is okay, fine. As it is now here we have to provide the code here we provided again. Once we provided this code, now catch block is required. Now tell me what is not required now. First of all, tell me when I use this file input stream dot close here, we are getting an error. Why we are getting error now? Tell me. Why? Because file input stream, that variable we declared inside the try. So it is having scope up to try block only. That variable is not having scope outside of the try block. But where we have used file input stream inside the final block. That is the reason why we are getting an error. Of course, but before that, our actual required point is what there. Already we provided this file input stream as a try with resources, like as an auto closable resource now. So not required to close this resource explicitly. Remove it. If we remove the close method, what is the requirement to provide this try catch finally? Not required. Just remove this. If we remove this without having any data inside the finally block, what is the requirement to maintain this finally block? No, we can remove this now. So finally block here we removed. So now this is my optimistic code. Now let me execute this code here. Here we are able to get the output directly. Welcome to Java programming and welcome to Durgasoft. The data here we are getting. Okay, now let me copy this data. Program is okay, ready. Then final program I'm giving there. But in our practice, try to do the same thing. Whatever the work here I have done there, now try to do the same thing in our content now. In our regular practice is different. Content of the document is different. Maybe content of the document in some situations I may give the final result. But in our practice, we have to check point by point clearly. How many times I execute this program now? Tell me. And moreover, regularly people are asking this question to me, sir, what I have to do to get my programming knowledge completely? What we have to do now? How I'm going to improve my programming? That thing is what they're still they are learning programming language only, but still they have the question. Answer my point, you know, the solution is very clear. In general, what you are doing now, for example, I completed this topic at your home, then you are very good student, you want to practice it. What you are going to do now? First option, open the document. In the document, what we are seeing there, steps we read it directly. Program, this program is available directly. We can copy the program into the system and execute it, compile it and execute it. But whose practice you are doing there? My practice you are doing. Just you have done copy and paste. We are doing practice for copy and paste. Okay. With my, because of my words might be changed it a lot. And what you are trying to do in the next day, no? Okay, sir is giving that copy paste is not suggestible, no? Okay, I want to type it. What you will do, no? Open the document in mobile phone and open the laptop here. Copy this file, input, stream. Copy paste. There also what we are doing, but previously control C, control V, but this time what we are doing, we are typing the code. There if you compile it now, 15 errors you are getting. Still somewhat happy, and compared with the control C, control V practice, no, this is somewhat better. At least you typed it, you are getting some errors now. When you have seen that errors now, finish. Breakfast time is coming, then we went for breakfast. No, no, okay. Still, because of my words, we changed it again, no. Again, you are going to do what practice there, what type of practice, no. Okay, sir might be as given is, you know, this type of word-to-word copy is not good, no. So he will read the program, he will remember the program, he will type the program. Okay, by as per the remembering. That's okay. They're able to get the compilation errors. Is very good. He can come out from the compilation errors. Finally got output. But the problem is what there? Just what he has done, he remember the program. Just he remember the program, we write it. Is a budifying the program. Then where you are not going to prove knowledge. I get my point or not? No difference between the control C, control V, and this remember the program and providing the program. Previously we have not remembered it, but you remember that shit. Apart from this, everything is what there, control C, control V only, copy paste only. So when you are going to get your good practice now, inside the class I executed this program 3 times. Why I executed 3 times? No. First time program with the throws keyword. Second time same program with the try catch finally. Third time same program with the try with resources. If you want to go for your best practice now, you have to repeat the same process what I have done inside the class. What exact the work I have done inside the class, that you have to do, that you have to practice. Then only you are able to get knowledge. Understand it now. First we have written the program throws keyword. Second time, second option, somewhat improvements I have done. Why we need to go for third one? Somewhat improvement. What improvement? What is the problem with the previous approach? What is the advantage with the new approach? This analysis, whenever we are getting in our mind, then only we are able to get programming now. One thing I'm telling there, if you know the subject in our mind, writing program is nothing. Writing program is nothing if you know the subject in our mind. How to write program if you know, writing program is nothing. Read my point or not? That we have to improve. Improving what I'm doing inside the class, repeat it. But purposefully we have to repeat it. With the reasons we have to repeat. Then you will get the knowledge. Okay, right, so leave this one. So this is what we completed here now. After completion of this content here. Now let's move to the point here. Next one is what there. File output sim, file input sim. The two things are completed. Again I'm telling there where we are going to use these two. File output sim where we are going to use and file input sim where we are going to use. I said to you already, I have a database table. Database table, EMP table data is available. 100 records are available. I want to open this employee table data in the form of an HTML file. In a tabular format, in HTML file, in a table, I want to get where I want to keep the data. I want to display my data. That is my requirement. So first we have to read the data from database table. After that, we have to send this data to a particular target file or not. To send the data from Java program to a particular HTML file, we have to use what? File output sim. We have to use what? File output sim. Got it or not? Okay, fine. I have some other situation. What is that other situation there? For example, I think you already aware about it. Employee registration forms. In every website, employee registration form. Say for example, your registration is available. Student registration in any consultancy websites now. For example, if you are applying for jobs, you're trying to apply for jobs there. When we apply for jobs, then what we are able to get there? Some registration forms there we are able to get. Got it or not? In the registration form, we are going to enter all of your data. By data we entered there. At the end, might be image you have to upload. Image you have to upload. Am I right or not? Okay, there is an option. Right, upload a file, upload an image, or maybe you have to upload your resume. Upload your resume. You are going to upload it. Okay, upload button. Dialog box is open where we are going to select your resume.doc file. Then we are going to upload it and click on submit. Automatically the data will go to the Java program. When the data is available Java program, along with your data, that uploaded file data is also available. And then what next one? No, that file might be available in somewhere else in our system. We are going to save it. Now the data I want to store into the database table. Image data I want to store into the database table. If you want to store the data into the database table, first we have to read the data from that image file or not, a doc file or not. After that, we have to see that we have to keep the data into the database table or not. So to read data from a particular file, what is required? No, file input sim. To send the data to a particular file, what is required? No, file output sim. Definitely, I'm going to use these operations in our JDBC content. Not only in JDBC, in so many things in our future content here, I'm going to use the file operations. Really, I'm telling that these are two useful operations what we are going to perform. Related to this, character-oriented sims are available, file writer and file reader. But still I have not included them here. Why? Because their operations are almost the same as what their file output sim and file input sim only. That's why I have not discussed about them. In the future, when I require them, definitely I'll discuss about them. Okay. But time being, just we have to understand file output sim and file input sim, the two things here we completed. Right, sir. Leave this part here. After completion of this file output sim and file input sim, this basic content here, the next, the last topic in prerequisite is like what there. Here we have to understand, that is like what there. Collections related content here we have to understand. Okay. Anything is missing? No, collections only. Remaining part is what there? Collections. Last one. Right. Now, understand it, no? Collections. What is a collection? What is a collection? Simple. The name itself is indicating that which collects something. Which collects something. Now I'm giving the definition. No? Collection is an object. Okay. Collection is an object. It's able to store a group of other objects. Collection is an object. It is able to store a group of other objects. Is it correct or not? For example, I want to represent 100 employees objects. I want to represent 100 employees objects as a bundle. That's my requirement in Java program. Okay, so they definitely here we have to take what there. They definitely here we have to take what there collection object. Collection object here we have to take. Understand my point? Can only one employee object if you want to take, no. Okay, we can represent directly employee object. But 100 employees objects here we have to represent. Definitely here we have to go for what their collection. But before that, you may ask one question. No, sorry, you are saying directly collection object. No, to represent 100 employee objects, I can use array. Object is a class. No, objector if we take, no, our employee array I am going to take. In arrays also I am able to store like what there 100 objects. No? But what is the requirement to come for collections? Like so many reasons are available there. But for our understanding purpose, I am giving some reasons. No, try to understand it clearly. Here, my intention is not to differentiate arrays and collections. Here, my intention is to go for JDBC. For the basic awareness is required. That's why I'm giving the points here. What is the point I'm telling to you? Arrays are in fixed size in nature. Arrays are available in a fixed size nature. For example, if we create an array with the size 5, it can accommodate only 5 elements. But when a sixth element is coming, when we add sixth element to the array index out of bounds exception, we are able to get. Get my point or not? So limited number of elements only we are able to provide. But my requirement is what there? What is my requirement? No. Say for example, I prepared a movie album. Software I prepared for movie album. You know already album, movie album. Store, movie store for example. Movie store I created. How many number of movies it has to accommodate that movie store? Do you have any limitation for the movie store size? Answer my point here, no. Do you have any limitation for movie store size? No. No limitation for it. Dynamically number of movies are coming, but all movies have to be included in that movie store or not? Come on guys, understand my point here. Okay, for example, initially we thought of it 10 number of movies we want to keep inside the movie size. In the case of this movie store, 10 movies I want to accommodate, 10 movies I want to list out. Unexpectedly 11th movie is coming. You want to stop that 11th movie? If you stop that 11th movie, what is going to be happen? You are going to stop your business. That means like what there? You are restricting your business. Understand my point here now? Then money will come to you, but we don't want to money that. Just we want to stop that incoming money. Why? Because if we provide only restriction for 10 movies in a store now, automatically what is going to be happen? 11th movie will not be added. When 11th movie is not added, definitely it is a loss for our business. Am I right or not? When more movies are available, more business now. Less movies are available in a store, less business only. Am I right or not? But dynamically number of movies I want to add, but I don't know how many movies will come there at the time of writing the program. But how many movies will come there that is going to be available at runtime only, not at compilation time, not at program writing time. Is that correct or not? So exactly on that particular situation, we have to use what there, we have to go for what there, collections we have to use. But if we use arrays, what will happen? Size, fixed size manner. The arrays are in what there, fixed size in manner. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Oh, okay, fine. Second reason, one more point here I'm telling you, observe carefully. arrays, when we are going to use arrays, when we are not going to use arrays, no. At the time of writing the program, if you know the number of elements what you are going to accommodate, we can use arrays. But if you don't know how many elements you are going to maintain in a store, runtime, deciding that factor at runtime, go for what their collections. Clear? Second point I'm telling there. Yeah, best example. Movie store is the best example here I've taken. For example, I have some categories in movie. I have some categories in movies now. What are the various categories that are available? The first category is what there? Periodic movie, for example. I want to make it as a separate category, periodic movies now. Next one is what there? Mythological movies now. That is another one. Next one is what there? Comedy related movies, adventure movies. Like different categories are available. Understand my point, Keno? For example, if I use an array for only adventure movies, if I declare the movie like what there array for what the adventure movies no, then it's going to accept only what type of movies no, adventure related movies only. Say a simple example. If I declare integer array, it allows only integer values. Not possible to allow what float value. Not possible to allow what the long value. Adventure movie array if I take no, it allows only adventure related movies only. That movies only. No other category movies are not going to be added. But in my movie store example, what I required no any type of movie is coming that I want to keep. All types of movies I want to accommodate. I don't have any restriction over it. So if you take arrays, what is going to be happen? Arrays are very strict about its type. It allows only the related type elements only. But in our applications, what flexibility I require? No, my flexibility is what there. Any type of element it is coming, I want to accommodate it. So there I'm going to introduce the terminology like what there? Homogeneous elements, heterogeneous elements. Now tell me, array and collection. Which one is allowing homogeneous elements and which one is allowing heterogeneous elements? Now tell me. Arrays are strictly allowing what there? Homogeneous elements, same type of elements. But collections are able to allow what there? Heterogeneous elements. Any type of element that we are able to accommodate here now. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Two reasons are given. First one is what there? Arrays are available in fixed size manner. Collections are not available in fixed size manner. They are in dynamically growable. They are in what they are dynamically growable. Point number one. Second point is what they arrays are able to allow only the same type of elements, homogeneous elements. But collections are able to allow what they are heterogeneous elements that we are able to understand. Got it or not? Okay, sir. Good. One more point I'm telling you. In the case of arrays, now integer array I have taken. Where inside this integer array 10 elements I have taken, 10 integer values I have taken in zigzag manner. Okay. Then if I ask a question to you, this is an array where 10 elements are available, right? Sort out all the elements of that array. Sort all the elements of that array. Then what we are going to do now? We have to write a program to keep sorting of all the elements, to keep in a sorting order for all the elements. No, that we have to write the program. Okay. While writing the program, how many lines of code here we have to use? Some sorting algorithm we have to adapt. That algorithm must be implemented in the form of logic. That logic may have 10 lines or 20 lines or some lines of code. See what I am telling there, predefined logics are not available for arrays. Predefined methods are not available for arrays to perform sorting and searching kind of operations. Predefined methods are not available. Predefined library is not available for what their arrays. But when it comes to the collections, predefined libraries are available to perform search operation, sort operation. In the case of collections, now tree set is available. Tree set. If we add the elements in zigzag manner, no issues. When we display the elements now, all elements we are able to get in sorting order. All the elements we are able to get in what their sorting order. In the case of like what their tree set is part of the collections. Means that collections are having some predefined library. That predefined libraries are used to perform the operations like what their searching and sorting, where developers are not required to write any logic explicitly in the case of collections. But if it is array, what we have to do? We have to define the logics. Everything we have to take care. Then only we are able to get results. But in the case of collections, predefined support is available. These are the 3 points which are favored to collections when compared with what their arrays. Of course, the same 3 points are required even for me now. Interviewer may ask a question to you. What is the requirement to come for collections over the arrays? No. Mainly 3 points. What are the 3 points? No. First one is what there? First one is what there? Dynamically growable in nature. Whereas arrays are having what nature? Fixed size nature. Second one is what there? Heterogeneous elements. Able to allow heterogeneous elements. Whereas in arrays, what we are able to get? No. Homogeneous elements. No. Third one is what there? Libraries, predefined libraries are available to perform searching and sorting operations with the collections. No libraries are available for what? No arrays can. No. Altogether, which one is more flexible and which one is not flexible? Now tell me. Arrays are flexible or not flexible? Not flexible. Collections are flexible. So finally, arrays are not flexible. Collections are flexible. That's okay, fine. But one more point I'm telling you, observe carefully. If you know the number of elements and what type of elements we are going to represent at the time of writing the program, always it is suggestible to use or better to use arrays instead of collections. Are you getting it? What I'm telling you, if you know the number of elements and the types of elements at the time of writing the program, or else if it is of the same type of elements up to some fixed number, if it is decided at the time of writing the program, better to use what? Arrays when compared with what their collections. Why, sir? What is the reason for it? No. What is the reason for it? No. Always arrays are providing better performance when compared with the collections. Collections are a bit a heavyweight solution. Collections are a bit heavyweight solution, but arrays are lightweight solution. Even the logics are not available, but collections is more API dependent. Arrays are less API dependent. That impact is going on in the next level. If you want to debug or test the program, arrays are simple to debug and to test, but collections are not simple to debug and test. Why? Because they're having lot of libraries, so many methods are available, lot of libraries available, so much libraries available, but doing the debugging over the library is the toughest part. Understand my point here? No. So arrays are lightweight solution, collections are heavyweight, but still flexibility point of view, collections are very good when compared with arrays. Performance point of view, arrays are better performance. Arrays are giving good performance when compared with what their collections. What is the condition? What is the condition? When we know the types of elements and the number of elements, size of the elements and types of elements, if we know at the time of writing program, then we have to use what their arrays only here we have to use, but in all the remaining cases, no, we have to go for what their collections. Yes, sir, got it or not? But in the point of developers, what they are going to do? What developers are going to do? No? Come on, developers are thinking about it. Always developers are laziest persons. They're always laziest. They are always searching for comfort only. Why they are changing companies frequently, sir? Why developers are changing companies frequently? Because companies have fired them, no? For what reason? Because developers are changing companies frequently. Any reason for it? Salaries, because of more money. Now today I'm working with Durgasoft. If any other institute wants to give, might be per month 1 crore. Now tell me what I have to do now. Huh? You want to still stick with Durgasoft? No? Tell me, yaar, Durgasoft? Admission cancel. No chances for me to change Durgasoft, right? So other employee, for example, myself is a okay one. Owner of this leave it now. Any employee is working with me. Today I am giving some amount of salary. Double amount is coming from other institute. Then how is it possible for that employee to stay here? Same way. See, at the end, only one point, sir. Money makes the difference. Sure. Of course, some people are saying that, sir, I'm crazy about Java programming language. I'm passionate on software. They are overaction statements only. Then why people are diverted for the software industry? Because of only one reason. When he joined with some other core side in the sense mechanical side, core size, per month maybe 30,000. No? But if it is at software side, no, maybe initially 15,000. After 6 months of time, 30,000. After 1 year, 40,000. After 5 years of time, 2 lakhs. After 5 years of time in the government job, how much you are able to get? Maybe 30,000 to 50,000 only. Understand my point? If you have 10 years of experience in government side, 10 years of experience in IT side, identify the growth level. After 10 years of time in our government side now, how much amount we are able to get? No, max 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh. If your performance is too good, 2 lakhs. 10 years of IT experience if you are having there, your salary will be minimum 2.5 to 3 lakhs minimum we are able to get. I'm giving that amount is less amount. If you have 10 years of experience in the software industry, maybe you have multiple ways of getting money. Allah, if you get my point or not? So then, because of that reason, people are diverted for what their software industry. The software industry is asking to fresher salary is only 5,000 per month. Nobody will join with that company. I'm sure about it. And the salary increments are going on yearly once only. That too 5% increment only. Yes, sir. I think one movie director is available in Telugu. Puri Jagannath is one of the famous writer. Actually, I like his writings. In one movie, I think I didn't remember that movie. If Lord Vinayaka is taking that milk, what devotees are giving there, tomorrow onwards, no devotee will pour that milk there. If Lord Vinayaka is taking that milk continuously, no devotee will give that milk to the Lord Vinayaka. He's not taking that milk. That's the reason why everybody they are pouring the milk now. Am I right? I think in Telugu I can explain more, but okay, understand the situation now. Understand the point, Kiano. So everybody they are giving some kind of what I am telling there. Fruits are something to the that God there. But why it will come back to us only? If God is taking the fruits now, what will happen there? Automatically the quantity of the fruits will be reduced day by day. At the end, no fruit for God. Leave it. Final thing is what there? Money. Definitely here what is going on there? Money is, see, one more point I'm telling there. I think whether you accept my statements or not is a secondary. Everybody in the world, they're fighting, they're working, they are like what they're learning, they're doing everything for the sake of only two things. Only two things. What are the two things? No, name, fame, and money. Name, fame is the same, right? Name and fame, and second one is what? Their money. Only because of these two things only, entire world is going on. Even wars are going on because of these two things only. Understand it, Kiano? So what I am telling there, where money is generated, automatically people are diverted for it. Where money is not available, people are not coming to this. Simple example. Why you join with the BTech only? Why not degree? You may give that statement, no, my career important, sir. No. So what? After career, what? Having very good job, sir. For what purpose job? Normal job is okay. Why very good job? Huh? Why very good job? Because of more money. Finally, everybody is related to what the yum. The word yum is more attractive for everybody. Take some break and come back now. I'll go for what there? Advanced Java, core Java, right? The schedule is changed totally. Thank you.